guys, it's Jarek the Air Dragon from RDA. I have another special review for you today. This one is of the Army Armament Detonics 45. Now the reason this is so special is because I've imported this from across seas. These are very hard to get, and I only have one of them, and I'll be trying to carry more, but chances are I'll only be able to get 2 or 3 every other month or so. So these are going to go really quick. If you want to get one, make sure you buy one immediately. Down in the link below to RDA's website, it's where you can get it. I'll keep that updated so you know whether it's in stock or out of stock. When it's out of stock, all it does is it simply says no ETA and not available right above the add to cart button. If you try to click add to cart, it'll tell you to select a product variant. I figured the no ETA, not available would be enough for people to realize it's not available, but apparently it isn't. So note if it says that, you can't get it, it's not available. And if it is in stock, it'll tell you and you can order it like usual. So make sure you look for that. Now let's get on with the actual review. First thing I'm going to start off with is the trademarks. So as you can see right here, this is Detonics 45. It's a big one that stands out on the slide right there. It's engraved into the slide and actually it looks pretty nice. You flip it over, and you got another trademark engraved into the slide right there. You can see another Detonics 45. Got some silicone oil over it. There you go. Detonics 45. And then there's one more in the magazine, and the magazine is nice and shiny for you, which is pretty cool. And when it's in the gun, it won't be glaring in the sunlight, so it's just there for looks. But on the actual mag, it says, made by Army Works. So it has some cool trademarks. Now let's go with the actual parts of the gun. So the gun is 100% metal with the exception of these side grips, which are simply just the grips. They look very convincing. They do look like wood, but they are just plastic. They are solid. You don't need to worry about them breaking, however. But the rest of it doesn't feel like pot metal or die-cast metal. It feels like machined aluminum, which is very nice. The gun itself is very loud. And it has quite a bit of kick. So when you're shooting it, it's a small gun with a big bite. You could say that. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. I do like this magazine. I really do, by the way. The mag, as you can tell, is a shortened 1911 magazine. However, unlike normal 1911 magazines, this one is double stacked and can hold 17 rounds, which for a magazine of this size, 17 rounds is quite a lot. Well, let's go ahead and load this up. Just use as normal propane. Not going to fully gas it up, that should be good enough though. Going to do some dry firing. As you can see, no ammo. It'll lock back. So the gun is very loud and it has a lot of kick. There. And as you can see, I didn't fully gas it up. But you can get about 2 magazines with this on one charge. So that's pretty good for a magazine that's overall really skinny and can't hold much gas, but can hold 17 rounds. So it's basically the gas is pushing twice of what it should. Everything else on this gun is, in short, a standard 1911. The gun is basically a shrunk 1911 in real life. However, for the airsoft model, all the internal parts work the same as your normal 1911, same hop-up unit, same barrel assembly, same trigger mechanism, same everything. The only difference is that they've shortened up this. It's really cosmetics is the only difference. And part of those cosmetics, the back right here, as you can see, it's a little bit flatter. The reason that's more flat is so when you go to pull the hammer back, you don't accidentally let go, which if the sights were right here, it'd make it easy to accidentally make a discharge, which obviously putting a bullet through a wall or someone is not a good thing. So that's the reason the real one is designed this way. And speaking of the real one, let me go into detail about it. There is a real Detonics 45. You don't hear about it too much because it was designed and made to only CIA agents. So you can't find it on the civilian market. If you find one of them, one of the real ones of these, pick it up immediately. It's worth a lot of money. It's just you cannot find these. They were very limited quantity and they were made for specific people. So all they really wanted was just a smaller automatic 45 ACP. What could be better than just shrinking in 1911? And it still has that standard 1911 feel. It's very, very comfortable. It feels very natural in your hands. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to miss this. Not to mention the sights everything is standard 1911 as I mentioned about a million times now, but the sights are fully adjustable left and right, which is really about the only difference. This gun only shoots about 260 feet per second, however, like you saw earlier, it has a lot of kick and it's very, very loud, and like you saw in the accuracy test, it is very accurate. This thing can hit targets at 150 feet away. It can't hit anything further away, but it can hit a man-sized target at 150 feet away. And it can do it consistently enough to have to lean on it during a game. If you're wanting a gun that's small and easy to carry, but still packs a punch, this is one to look at because it's still very accurate. Now, a lot of it has to do with the hop-up unit, and I'll show you how to access this hop-up unit. Like I mentioned, it's a standard TM design 1911 hop-up unit. Take it apart like any other 1911. You pop out the little side piece. Pull the slide off, and then it's your little wheel right here, which I personally prefer this kind of a hop-up unit a lot more than other types. The reason I prefer it a lot more is because it doesn't require an Allen wrench key or doing anything ridiculously annoying. It just requires taking the slide off and then adjusting it. Putting it back together is just like taking it off. Simply insert this piece back in. There you go. As I mentioned before, I did import this. Usually when you import it, you'll have a giant orange piece around the front of the slide. However, when I import it, it's on the actual barrel, which is still US legal. So it can guarantee you that this is going to happen and not this. So that looks very, very ugly with the whole orange thing being painted on, but this is a giant advantage. That is totally awesome. You're only going to find that if you order it from RDA. So you should be happy about that. Alright, now I think I've covered everything on the gun. If you want to buy this gun, again, there's a link down below in RDA's website. Not many of them left, so you better hurry up and grab one. There's also a link down below to RDA's forum. You can talk to community. So that has been Red Dragon Airsoft's review of the Army Detonics 45.